those important things that when you are getting guys to the team meeting, well, first of all, we've got to make sure in our offices, and you guys play a big role in the energy, is the music going on? Do we have tempo happening? All right. And I'm going to talk about team meetings and check-ins and the process on Sunday, by the way, at our divisional breakout for those of you who are going to be at the event. So we have a meeting for Gulf Coast. All the divisions meet before we start 11. So we're meeting from 9 to 10:30. Let me find my car key. And we're going to talk about team meetings. We're going to talk about phone jams and how we set those up. But we set the tempo on those things. So those are the major events we talked about. But on a weekly basis, we have team meeting and phone jams. And so every time someone's not booked up, it's like, oh, dude, we got a phone jam happening tomorrow morning. We have Champions Club every morning in our offices going down. There's workshops happening every day. There's phone jams happening every day. So when someone hasn't hit a goal, it's like, hey, let's work hard today so that you don't have to worry about coming tomorrow morning. But if not, can I count on you being there? If there's certain topics that they need help with, let's get them there. But the big events are Sunday night, PSP, or your office might do it on Monday morning. But one of those is happening where it's paycheck schedules and phone gym. They come in, they turn in all their paperwork, they do a consultation, they plan their week out, they make calls. Cool? Everybody does that as we hit into the summer. So that's really important. And we'll have a live PSP on Sunday as well, so you guys can see what that looks like. Then we will, then it's the Wednesday night, which is the get ahead for the weekend and really make sure the weekend's strong. And then Thursday, power phone jam to make sure their weekends are booked up, all right? So making sure are people coming the right way? Are they excited? Are we promoting what's happening? Hey, Wednesday night, James Rushing is going to be speaking on blank. Hey, every week there's something. So making sure if your manager, have your managers planned ahead, and if not, can you guys get on top of them to make sure they have that? Do we have speakers on the agenda so they know who's coming? I was just talking to Dan about planning our workshops in the summer. So I want to know each Thursday what's happening, what workshops we're running so we can promote. Hey, Dan's coming in to give, demo tips. It's freaking killer, whatever. Or hey, Dan's going to be speaking on dropping down, or, and being able to share that, and even throughout the division. And if you don't have someone big coming in, you guys can always do videos. You can get videos from our website like we're recording right now. We record different workshops as well. We have Vector Connect has so many videos and also so many audios. And you can play one with your guys and then debrief it afterwards. So a lot of cool things that you guys can do for that. But you're going to have reps who either on Tuesday or on Wednesday tell you, hey, I can't come to the meeting tonight, or I can't come to the meeting. And usually it's on Wednesday. On Wednesday, that doesn't roll. I'm okay with someone telling me 2 weeks in advance or even a week, hey, it's my grandma's 80th surprise party next Wednesday. Like in any job, what do? You have to tell them when you have your time off, right? Not just the day of. If you're just always calling out the day of, are you going to have a job very long? No. All right. So you give notice. You say, hey, these are dates. And by the way, in a regular job, you only have an X amount of, of holiday, of time off. My sister gets like 2 weeks a year of time off, right? And that's insane to me. I go away for 2 week plus periods all the time. But she, that's how it is. And you don't just like not go to work. All right. It's got to be a big time emergency. And there's like a letter, or something from the hospital, from the doctor to show that you were in fact in a hospital, not just making up some random stuff, always calling out, So I always tell people, and in training, I know things come up, so just let us know ahead of time if you have a big family event, a birthday, because it's not like they didn't know their mom's birthday. They might not pay attention to it, but I say make sure to look at all your important dates because we meet on Wednesdays and Sundays. That's part of the job. So we expect all of our people to be there. There's two aspects of it. On one end, it's part of the job. You have a guaranteed base pay for being involved with the team. You come twice a week. You can come more, but minimum twice a week on those days, so we can get all your stuff done. So we're always teaching you, coaching you, helping out. But on the other end that's where you learn and grow. Like team meetings, like if you play basketball or, we'll change analogies here, but for years I've been running Miami. So we had the Miami Heat. And so I'd always talk about man, you play basketball and every week you could practice with the Miami Heat, and then you can hang out afterwards and you're like, yo, can you give me some pointers, on my threes, Ray Allen, and, oh, hey, can you help me with this, Dwayne Wade? And hey, can you help me, some of the best players you have access to. By the way, people would pay so much money to have access to people like that. You don't have to pay for it. You get it free of charge, So do your reps really get that? It's like, oh man, when someone's like, oh, I can't come on Wednesday. It's like, oh dude, what's happening? It's like the end of the world. It's like, oh my gosh, like, hey, what's happening? What's going down? Okay, let me see. okay, let me help you brainstorm, what can we talk to mom to see if maybe, and if it's like, oh, we have a family dinner or we have some relative came into town. Well, what would happen if they were scheduled at Macy's? Would they just like not show up to Macy's? Mom would say what? Meet us when you get off work, right? Like, and she'd tell your aunt, oh, he's scheduled at Macy's tonight, but he's going to meet us when he gets off. So now I'm willing to negotiate a little bit, but I'm like, hey, how about we do that? So I said, I don't want you to miss out X, Y. I'm like, do you think, mom, what time is the dinner to see how we can negotiate here? I said, because I definitely need you to come in for at least 3 hours. I said it could be 4 to 7, or you can come later, from 7 to 10. I'm like, whatever works better. But if it's better for you to come earlier, we'll come earlier. We'll get your stuff done. You'll be over the first part of the meeting. We'll get your first, your 25 to 40 calls made. Make sure you're booked up. And then I'm going to need you to come tomorrow morning for Champions Club to make sure we catch you up on the stuff that you missed. Cool. And that would be a worst case scenario. But at first it's like, hey, what's happening? What's going on? During the school year, you have kids who go, oh, well, I have a test. I have to study. Did you just find out you had the test? I'm like, usually you have a syllabus for those things. I'm like, there's no way a teacher told you today, oh, you have a test tomorrow. Like that, you have a syllabus, when exams are, they prep you for it. I said, so it sounds like we were just procrastinating or not paying attention. I'm like, that's really important. And I'll have a strong conversation. And if I really, really need to, and it's like, there's just no way, or the mom called or whatever, I don't know. Like, then I'm like, hey, look, we'll do a one time for you. And for you guys, it might just be like, ooh, I don't know. It'll be like, team meetings are kind of part of the job. Like, you know what? I'm going to tell Caitlin to give you a call. Because that's and let us close them. Like I tell my AMs, I'm like, just if someone's trying to back out of a meeting, give me the phone. And I will tell you that 99.9% of the time they're there. They're always there. I'm like, hey, what's happening? What can we work around? And I'm trying to work. I'm like, I don't want you to miss out. There's stuff that we have this to help you get better and better. And you're cutting your paycheck in half or eliminating it without being there. So I'd hate to see that happen. I'm like, how can I help support you? How can we get this done and figuring stuff out? But like I said, once in a blue, there's a person that I'll say, hey, I'm going to give you a get out of jail free card. There's a one-time deal. And like, if you guys gave them this, or if I said, okay, it's okay, here's what to tell them. Because usually many times I'll coach my guys on what to say, but sometimes I'll just grab the phone. So you need to tell them, hey, look, I'm gonna tell Jacob, and this is your one-time get out of jail free card, dude. Be like, make sure that Wednesdays are clear. Like he's hardcore about that. You do not want to miss those meetings. And on one end, like if they're not coming to meetings, I'm like, can't guarantee you the base. Be like, but that's not the big deal. It's like, we want to help you, want to support you, and that's our time to get the whole team here together. And they're like, no, totally. But sometimes I've had to drive where someone's like, well, I just need to study. I'm like, well, look, part of the job you knew from the interview was the meeting. And if someone's not attending those, I don't have to guarantee the base pay because that's for our, active representatives. I'm like, so if someone's like always trying to back out of stuff, I'm like, you could just buy your sample kit and just work on your own straight off commissions. You don't have to work it. I said, but if you're part of the office and we want you to be, we want to support you, want to help you grow, we want to teach you, like this is part of the job, making sure, because you'll have that. And because here's the, when someone backs out once, guys, I'm just letting you know, the reason you never want to let them back out once is if they back out once, what happens? They always want to find a different reason why they don't. As long as they have an excuse, they know they can get out, right? Like, no, you want them there. And I'll tell you guys, if someone misses a meeting, in my head, I'm like, ooh, we're about to lose them. We might not be, but that's how I feel. Because if they miss a second one, like you can kiss them goodbye, like you just, because then they're like, oh, okay, and then that person's going to die off. I have not missed, I mean, shoot.
Yeah. I've
never missed a conference in 13 years, ever. Any conference that I was eligible to go to, I've not missed one in 13 years. The only time I've missed a team meeting is like I'm traveling, that's where I miss a team meeting. And now, as my roles change as assistant division manager and division manager, there's obviously different roles that I have. But even as a rep or manager for years, and it's my favorite part of the week is to get the whole team together, share in success, recognize people, work together, and then go hang out afterwards and do something for team bonding. And that's your chance to impact people so much and keep people around and get to know people. And it's like, hey, so, tell me, like, how's your family support? Most people, how's their family support? It's not good for most people. Some people are like, oh my God, my mom loves this, or she's the one that told me I had to do this. Or that's a small percent. The majority of our guys, it's a weird job. So just getting a chance to get time with people and just, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? What do you like about the job so far? what are your dislikes? Like, it's okay to say that, because then you can say, hey, dude, I totally get it. You know, I was like that when I started too, you know, or hey, my parents were super skeptical when I started too, but it wasn't until, you know, they saw me succeeding or whatever that really changed for them. And so just know it's normal, dude. Join the club. But you know, you'll see that it's a seeing is believing job. So when they see you making consistent checks, when they see you, you know, go excited, that's when their attitude towards it's really going to change, and they're like, oh, okay. So making sure that we're, you know, just making them feel good. So that time that we get with them at those events, like that's how you keep them around. That's how you get into the next event and allow them to, again, really take advantage of the full opportunity, because they're learning, they're growing, they're making more money. And so it's our job as managers to make sure that's happening. All right. And again, you'll hear me talk a little bit more about this. Those of you guys who are there on Sunday in our breakout, because I'll be talking about the team meetings and phone jams. So you'll hear a little bit of overlap, but it's just so important. So I don't know, any other thoughts that you had?
Just going through what I was listening to from you, like the biggest thing that she just nailed is what's in it for them. Like she is constantly promoting why you should be at the team meeting, what you're going to benefit. Not, hey, if you don't come, Kathy's going to be pissed. Mm-hmm. You know, it's more, hey, this is what's in it for you. You're going to learn. You're going to grow. This is the key to your development. Like, I'd hate to see you cut your paycheck in half. You know, those type of conversations was the biggest thing I took away from what you just said.
Cool. Any other takeaways, comments, or questions? Raise your hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say that having a conversation like that is one of the reasons why, you know, I'm still in Cutco. I was not planning on working in Cutco, and then when I landed on a plane for the mission trip, Cassie had left a voicemail on my phone like, oh hey, there's this meeting tomorrow. I know you weren't planning on working in Cutco, but I really think it's awesome. I really would think it'd be great if you checked it out before making any kind of decision. And I remember getting that voicemail and at first thinking like, is she crazy? Like I haven't worked there in like almost a month. I've been away like in the middle of nowhere in the beginning of public. I didn't want to sleep. I don't want to, you know, go work right now. And I remember talking to like Randy, the sales manager of the time, and he was like, honestly, like you need to come check this out. Like I'm not going to be doing my job if I didn't have you come to this meeting and you know, see what we're about or know about the opportunities. You'd be missing out for sure. And then like that was one part. Then the next part was that the event was actually really awesome. So I think with event management, one part is getting your reps there, but the next part is making sure that the event is actually really meaningful, you know, for them. Because like you could do all this build up for like team meeting or a conference or something, and then like you go and everybody's like not as like hyped up, you know, as the way you made it sound on the phone. And it starts with you, like the assistant managers and the managers, like getting all the reps excited and the culture you create in the team meeting. So yeah, it's like a two-part thing. It's not just on the event as well.
Awesome. Any other comments or questions? All right, good stuff. Thank you, Jacob. We can give him an applause. All right, appreciate it. And Mary Lou, if you can set up